Hey everyone, hi. To all my OrangeTheory Nation friends, thank you so much for watching my video, and so many of you have reached out to me to ask me what was I eating. Oh, what video? Right, the message that I made to Andrew Coleman Smith, who, by the way, has never responded to me. Not responded to that video. He has responded to me on Instagram. But anyway, no worries. I'm so happy for him and his journey. It looks like he's doing really great, and I've been following along with him. But so many of you have reached out to me and said, what are you eating? Can you tell me? Yes, I can tell you, and I'm so happy to share with you. If I can help anybody feel as amazing as I'm feeling and get results like I'm getting, oh, that's all this is about. Okay, so before I get into what I've been doing, I would love to share with you a little bit, let me just back up to what was going on when you saw that picture. I'll plop it up some more. Beep, there it is, right? Is it up? Okay, it's up. Up. Okay, so when it looks like this, I had been, that's what I looked like for a long time, and you feel free to follow me on Facebook. You can see I talk about it a lot, but in this time, I wasn't just overweight. I mean, that was just what you could physically see, but I was overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted, low energy, no energy, struggling with sleep. I don't know which was worse, like going to sleep at night or waking up in the morning, or when I finally did fall asleep at night, it was really restless sleep. It was uncomfortable sleep. My body was in pain. I was using Tylenol, Advil, Aleve, Excedrin to just manage day-to-day. I could not exercise. You would not have seen me exercising. Maybe I tried to take a walk. That was the maximum I could do. I was, uncomfortable in my clothing, living in leggings, maternity leggings, even though I was not pregnant for like 3 years. But anyway, I wasn't the worst eater. I knew, I've been around this world, so I knew things like eat at McDonald's and this is what you're gonna, but I didn't eat at McDonald's. Sometimes, but I didn't really. I tried to make decent enough choices, or the way my days would usually start out. This is what would happen. I would try to make really great choices in the morning and throughout the day, and as 3 o'clock would hit, and first of all, I would feel that slump of tired, groggy, low energy, and I would start to reach towards things that were just less than ideal. That's when I went to sugar. That was my kind of fallback on sugar and carbs. And by nighttime, if I had managed to have a really great day all the way through, by nighttime I was just give me a loaf of bread or a box of cookies. I'm just gonna. My mornings, I always, for 18 years, I started with a vanilla soy chai latte. If I went to Starbucks, it was a grande, 5-pump soy, no water, extra hot, light foam, cinnamon powder on top, chai. I took years to craft that, and for 18 years, that's what I drank, and if I couldn't get to a Starbucks, I made it at home. It was just nothing but sugar and calories and junky chemicals for my body. It did nothing. Anyway, that was my morning. My breakfast, either I skipped breakfast or I eventually had breakfast, or if I did have breakfast on time, it usually wasn't great, a muffin or some kind of a bar of sorts, and it could have been anything from a Nature Valley bar all the way up to some sort of protein bar. Or if I were doing something that I thought was healthy, it was an egg and cheese sandwich on an English muffin or something, or maybe some turkey bacon or something on a bagel with egg. And that, to me, was ooh, I'm doing great. And then my lunch, I'm a sandwich person, so I had some kind of a sandwich, like turkey or something. And then I would have, for nighttime, it could be anything. If I were on the healthier side, it was chicken and vegetables, salmon and vegetables, or steak and vegetables, or it was lasagna or some other pasta, or fried chicken, or pizza. So I wasn't perfect, but I wasn't terrible with my food choices, and I wasn't really a soda drinker, so it didn't exactly add up to me why things, I mean, the sugar part, yeah. But even when I would stop having sugar for like, you know, a week or so, I didn't really see huge results in any aspect of my life, whether it was like from my body or how I felt. So that led me to kind of researching and learning. So where did I start? I started on Netflix. But there's tons and tons and tons of documentaries on Netflix about food. And it's everything from like various diets to food to what, you know, meat, that one, to every aspect of health and disease and everything going on. So if you want to really educate yourself, go and watch all of those. And then those would lead me into searching and searching. So I would start to go on the, you know, reading articles and whatnot. So I learned a few things from those videos, from those documentaries, and from all the research. One, you need, every meal that you have should have a nice balance of protein, carbs, fats, and sugar. You know what kind of carbs though, right? Not donut and cookie carbs. It's you can't say, well, egg is protein, donut is my carb, and sugar. No, it's you need to have a healthy carb, healthy sugar, and a healthy fat. And so then I started learning what all of those were, and I felt like I was like, okay, I've got protein, I know what that is. But I started researching protein, and guess what? Chicken, turkey, salmon, all of those are pretty high protein, but there's an even higher level of protein. Did you know that? I didn't. I learned it is whey protein, and then of that, there's an even higher level. It's undenatured whey, UNDENATURED, undenatured. Ooh, if I'm fancy with my video, I'll write it up there, undenatured. Undenatured whey. So whey protein, you've seen it. It's like if you go to one of those smoothie juice bars, you know, like whatever, where they put in a scoop of protein. If it's a good one, if it's like a good smoothie bar or you're paying a lot for your protein, it's a whey protein. Most of them use really junky protein, which is soy. Stay away from it. Do your research on that. I learned about that, but I'm not getting into that here. Anyway, so undenatured whey protein. So I researched and found that. And so I get mine in a powdered form, and the one I found through the company I use is has vitamins, minerals, and the right exact level of protein, carbs, fats, and sugars. Woo! So that to me was like the no-brainer. I was like, okay, let's add that into my day. So I kind of used their suggested system, and there are tons out there. So research and find what works for you. But this is what my days started looking like in February when you see that picture. When I said, okay, enough, I've got to make a huge change. This is what I started doing. I had one of these undenatured whey protein shakes in the morning because, as I told you, I either skipped breakfast or ate a junky breakfast. So that was a no-brainer. Protein shake. And then my mid-morning, and this really is kind of what my picture looks like. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you my first 14 to 30 days because it changed a lot once I've started OrangeTheory. But here's kind of what it looks like when I started. Protein shake in the morning. I was having something like an egg omelet with vegetables or avocado, or I would take an avocado, cut it in half, and have half of that in the morning and the other half, with my lunch. Or it was, it's plain Greek yogurt with a dash of pure maple syrup, and a little bit of a handful of granola, a handful of blueberries, or oatmeal. Just looking for something that's a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat, sugar, carbs. That's it. And something that just tastes good to me. Those are just things that I would naturally go to. You might have something else that you prefer. Go for it. But just keep that in mind. And then my lunch, I told you I'm a sandwich person. But what I did, I made a few shifts. Instead of having like sourdough bread and like a big loaf of it or big ciabatta, I use Ezekiel bread or a sprouted bread. Trader Joe's has a really good one I like. And I made an open-faced sandwich. Sprouted bread, avocado, and turkey on top, or eggs or tuna on top, or I would have like sweet potato and something else that would have a protein with it. Chickpeas have protein, so hummus. And then I would have like a mid-afternoon snack. So apples and almond butter, carrots and almond butter. You do not know. If you don't know, that's actually a pretty tasty snack. I would have never said that 5 years ago, but it's pretty tasty. Hummus and veggies, or any one of those things you heard me talk about earlier, like yogurt or whatever. And these are just things that I like. Like, find something that you enjoy as long as it's got protein, carbs, sugar, fat. If you're a salad person, eat salad. Just make sure that your salad has protein and carbs. It's a hard thing for people to get into their salad. So make sure that you're getting healthy carbs in your salad, and fats. And then usually I have my second shake somewhere around like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when I would normally have that like groggy, foggy, lethargic, bleh. Anyway, so I have that, and then dinner. And dinner is chicken or salmon or a whitefish or steak sometimes. That's not much of a lean protein, but sometimes that's what I have. And some sort of protein source, or quinoa, or beans. If I'm having like Mexican night, I would have like beans and chicken. And then putting green vegetables. I try really hard to make sure that I have a green vegetable every day. So kale, and high nutrient dense. So kale, spinach, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. Those are all just nutrient dense, and you want to try to get organic if possible. Watch the documentary on organic food and you will switch, or at least you'll learn which foods you should splurge the little extra money to get organic. It does make a difference. Not for nutrient density, but it does for just the toxins and what it puts into your body. Anyway, so I did, this is what I do. And then the same company that makes the protein powder, the Undenatured Way, that I have, they also make a chocolate, which is like healthy version of chocolate. It's like the purest form. Anyway, I'm a sweet tooth. I have one of their chocolates every single night for dessert. Oh. And that's kept me on course. And then the same company who does my shakes, they also, like all these companies, if you look through, they all have like different systems and food products and whatever, just like any company out there. They recommend intermittent fasting. Research that. And intermittent fasting is something that's been done for years and years. And now, right now, it's starting to be all the rage. And I didn't fully understand it, and so I researched, and once I did, I was like, okay, yeah, totally, I'm giving this a try. What I do personally is a nutritionally supported intermittent fasting. So every hour I'm ingesting something that helps maintain my blood sugar level at like a really optimal level, so my body feels great, and so that's also part of my, eating scenario. So just make sure that you understand, read about intermittent fasting, understand what it's about, and find the one that's best for you. There are tons of different ways that you can do an intermittent fasting program. Anyway, with my specific one that I did, nutritionally supported, something amazing happened to me. So I had, I was filling my body with these like vitamins and minerals and Undenatured Way, perfect balanced protein shakes. And then I did this intermittent fasting. And I don't have enough words in the English dictionary to describe it. I think I talked about this in the video, my video message to Andrew, but on day 4 days in, so I had just done my intermittent fasting, and I lit up. Like, it was as if somebody reached inside and just went click. Like, what's a click sound? Click. Turned on a light inside me. I mean, I told you, I was depressed, overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted, overweight. I was still overweight, right? I still had all my weight on and felt amazing. Just lit up, energy like I've never felt before. And then on that night, like my 4th or 5th night, I had like the best night of sleep I have ever had in my life. And it's continued that way ever since. Like, just feeling amazing from like every fiber of my being, from the inside out. And I was going along and I was like, I'm feeling good. And each week that was passing, I was just really wanting to lose weight. And I started taking walks, starting to push my kids in their stroller up hills, and was like, okay, I'm getting stronger and stronger. I'm feeling good. And about 60 days into this eating and doing the intermittent fasting program was when I decided to start OrangeTheory. So when I started OrangeTheory, I had maybe lost about half of the weight. In total I've lost about 40 pounds. So maybe I was at about 20 pounds lost, by the time I started OrangeTheory. I'll put up a picture. Wherever the pictures go. So this picture is what I looked like before I started OrangeTheory. So you can see I'd lost weight, which was like amazing. And then the combination of, remember I've told you, 80% nutrition, 20% diet and exercise. You can have amazing nutrition, but if you don't have even 20% exercise, if something, you're just not going to get to that level. You just won't. You have to have it. And you all know I feel very strongly about this. Your exercise should have cardio, strength, and resistance training, which, as you know, if you're doing OrangeTheory, you get all of those in your training, which is why I love it. Anyway, so now and I've lost maybe another 20 pounds, but that's not just because of OrangeTheory. It's because I've maintained this amazing nutrition all the way through. And now my daily food intake is a little different. So my OrangeTheory days, I eat significantly more. I have to. My body's asking for a lot more. I'm about 5 feet. I like to say I'm 5'1", and I try to maintain a 5'3", 5'4" status with my heels. But I'm about 5'1", so I'm short. And I don't keep track of calories, but if I did, if you asked me to go through and add up my day, on an OrangeTheory day, I'm having about 1,800 to 2,000 calories. And if that blows anybody's minds out there, that's the power of amazing, perfect nutrition. When you are eating perfectly, well, let me back up. I don't eat perfectly, but when you're eating really great nutrition and flooding your body with vitamins and minerals and nutrients that it needs, your body asks for and demands a little bit more. So I'm eating more than I've ever eaten in my life, working out less than I've ever worked out in my life, except for that period of time when I wasn't working out. But a long time ago, like in my 20s, I would work out 2 hours a day. I would work out in the morning, and then I would work out in the afternoon, and I would do these like 1 hour videos in the morning and then go to the gym in the evening. I mean, it was crazy what I was doing, and I had a muffin top. I was always fluffy. I was wearing a jean size 4 sizes bigger than what I'm wearing now. So my days now are a little different. So our OrangeTheory coaches, yours probably tell you to get protein in right away. So what I do is I come home and have just like a mini version of the Undenatured Way right away. So I just get protein into my body as fast as I can. It's not a full meal or anything. It's just protein. Then I have my protein shake when I'm starting my day. Then I have my breakfast, like my breakfast, mid-morning breakfast snack, I guess you want to call it, my lunch, my mid-afternoon meal, my shake, my dinner, my dessert, always. And then sometimes I'll end my evenings with extra protein and like a little extra protein treat, like same thing like what I had in the morning, something like that in the evening. So that's it. If anything that I've talked about here sounds like interesting to you and you're like, yeah, I want that same thing, or set me up, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. If you don't want to do all the research yourself, feel free to come to me. If you're someone who wants to research and learn, go and do it. I have for 20 years tried every diet in the world, and I've yo-yoed up and down, and I've always had a muffin top. Doesn't matter how skinny I've ever been. I've always had a muffin top. I've always been in size bigger jeans than I am now. I've never, ever had... Can I just show you these? They're not showing up so much. It's Hell Week as I'm recording this. It's been Hell Week, and I'm just like... Anyway, I've never had this body. I'll show you the picture. Wah, wah, wah. All right, there you go. I've never had abs or arms or legs or body like I have now. And what is that? That's just good nutrition. And once I figured it out and believed it, that's what it is. I just had to believe that that was really the truth and see it for myself. And I'm seeing it for myself every day, and it's just blowing my mind. And I'm watching myself getting stronger and more fit in the Orange Theory classes. You know, when if you saw that first video, I started out at 4.0 in the tread. 4.0 is just like my recover now. But I would have never said that, 6 months ago. That wasn't even possible. I didn't have the strength, the fitness. I didn't feel good enough until now. Anyway, if this sounds like something you want, if you want to use the same that I'm using, feel free, reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook, same name on YouTube as it is on Facebook. As much as I know, I'm the only Zilah, like xylophone. At least I'm the only Zilah Messica. But feel free, reach out to me. Maybe I've put my email. I can put my email up here. Here, I'll tell you, zilah.messica@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. If you want to know more detail, like if you would like to, I have like 3 friends who every day in the morning text me and say, what did you eat last night? Or what did you eat yesterday? And I just send them the list of what I ate yesterday. And then that's what they eat for that day. So they're like a day behind me. But they are trying to follow exactly what I eat. What I tell people is eat what you love. Eat what you enjoy. Like, I'm not a salad lover, so I don't eat salad. I mean, I do sometimes if there's a good one or if I'm craving it. But I eat what I love. I love sandwiches, so I eat sandwiches almost every day. I love pancakes, so I make a version of pancakes from the Undenatured Whey protein powder, and there's tons of recipes out there for things. I also make a cake with it. Yeah, you can find all that stuff. It's all online. Just make sure that whatever you're getting, make sure it's like the highest level of protein, because that matters. And, don't buy soy protein isolate. That's the stuff they feed cows. Like, don't buy that stuff. That's just like wasting your money and hurting your body. It's like junk and chemicals. So at least that's the best tip I can give you from all my research. And that's it. So if I can help you anymore, please let me know. I try to focus my best on whole foods. So if it has one ingredient, sweet potato, chicken, avocado, almond, salmon, chickpea, kale, like that. That's what I try to focus my food on. That's what I try to eat. I eat pizza. I eat birthday cake. I have cocktails. Just not every day. And when I do, I know that I'm not going to feel as great. Sometimes it takes about 20 minutes for it to take effect. And I'm like, ugh, I feel, ugh. But I know ahead of time now. I know that that's going to make me feel a little groggy. Okay. And as soon as I can, I just either do like a mini intermittent fasting to kind of push that out. Like not like bathroom push it out, but like just, breathe it out, whatever it does. I don't know. Just send the toxins out of my system. That's what I do. But I still, like I told you, I have a piece of chocolate every single day. Sometimes twice a day. Sometimes 3 times a day, but always once a day. And I still enjoy, I go out with my friends. I still have cocktail nights, and I go to barbecues, and I have pizza night, and I celebrate my kids' birthday parties and have birthday cake with them or cupcakes. I bake with my kids, so we make, banana bread or cupcakes or whatever. Like this is life, right? So you still have to live. You just have to be able to find a good balance and find a way so you're not constantly struggling and starving and jumping back to cravings that don't serve you. And that has been the biggest change. That's what's been amazing, because I don't feel anymore like you can't have this, you can't have that, don't eat that, that's bad, no good. It's just, I don't want it. Like, I really don't want it. I have it when I want it, I have it. But it's amazing what happens when you can reset your body. And for me, it took about 10 days. 10 days to like not need one. Oh, and I didn't even tell you, like before this, like I used to have wine every night. My husband would come home from work. We would open a bottle of wine, probably finished a bottle of wine almost every night. He's French. So we would have cheese and crackers and wine starting around 5:30 every night, and wine with dinner. That was like the lifestyle we were living. It wasn't serving us. Do we still have wine and cheese and crackers? Yeah. sometimes when we're craving it, when we want it, but we don't crave it anymore. And that's a freeing feeling. That's like the first time since I don't even know when in my life, since I was like 15 years old, that I'm not craving things that don't help me feel better. This was a really long video. If you're still here right now, wow, I love you. We probably would be like best friends. So text me, call me, Facebook me, something. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you. If I can, please reach out to me. So happy to help in any way, because if I can help even one person feel as absolutely amazing and lit up and energized and just full of life and natural joy like I am right now, I would be so, so honored to be a part of that journey for you. So lots of love to you. Feel great. Make your best choices. Reach out to me if I can help you. Mwah. Bye.